got a big boy name. Chili out here in the all right, quarterback. Pete Elmore. The horse. That's Aiken's fight something.
That's been around forever. As long as we've had it.
Yeah. The 1960s.
What did you get paid today? Get paid today? From the paper? Yeah, I did.
No, I didn't get
They made a mistake today. Let Diane open it first.
Hey, look at this.
1987 football team, we are ready for you. If you walk out to the numbers on the field, we're getting ready for your
The
introduction.
state champions from 1987.
This is a very exciting night here at W.W. Carter Field. We have brought back the 1987 state champions. Perfect season, 14-0. Principal at that time was Mr. Reed Swan. He is in presence down there. He will be handing out a certificate to each player. We also have a few of our cheerleaders as well. Let's introduce those players to you. We'll start with some JV players that moved up. Some are here and some are not. If you are here, step forward, please. Fred Neal. James Buckman. Chris Bisson.
Now, the guy who's talking
Ricky Creech.
came and DJ'd a party
Kurt
up
Hogan.
in my fraternity house when I was a
Jamie May.
sophomore, maybe a junior.
John Williamson.
And his brother was a fraternity
Richie
brother,
Moore.
Jimmy. Gary
Matthew
Brown.
Richardson.
And he came up and DJ'd
Jason
the party
Baxley.
and he left. And at our meeting on Monday night, I went, guys, I can do what you did.
John Bedingfield.
They went, oh, come on, Ed. Seriously,
Chris
I can do
Hennett.
it. All I need is a mixer. I said, Jimmy, can you get Gary to loan us a
Robert
mixer?
Neal.
Anyway,
Those are your JV players that moved up in
so he
87.
showed up with his little radio
Now for your varsity
sound.
football players. Number one
I
was
can hear
Kevin
it.
Munson.
So I had to cue, I
Number
had
two was
to
Willie Creech.
get everybody's equipment, borrow people's records and my records and everything else.
Number three was
And
Shelly
we had a party
Hammonds.
and they were like, holy shit, you can do this. And I was
Number
like,
10,
holy
Bruce
shit. So tonight We are live from W.W. Carter Field in Barnwell, South Carolina, where Barnwell High School, the Warhorses, play host to the Bamberg-Ehrhardt Red Raiders in tonight's Aiken Standard Game of the Week. Hi, everybody. I'm Ed Jarretto, along with Aiken Standard's Eric Russell and the coach, Ken Brace. We'll be bringing you all the action tonight and what I think will probably be the best game that we've had this year, which, of course, we've been sort of on the blowout side of certain things, but this promises to be a good game. Barnwell, arguably the best team in the area.
Yeah, definitely one of the best teams. Them and North Augusta, the only undefeated teams left, and obviously Coach Derrick is expecting a tough test tonight from Bamberg-Ehrhardt, who comes in undefeated in region play and kind of looking to do some good things out here tonight. And it's kind of a little bit of a rivalry game, and Barnwell hasn't beaten them in a while, so it should be a tough physical battle.
Yeah, it's not just a little rivalry. It's a pretty big rivalry. Bamberg's just down the highway of a Highway 78. Bamberg-Ehrhardt, always tough for Barnwell. Barnwell will have their hands full with an undefeated team.
And I'll tell you what, as I read the paper this morning, it said that these Barnwell kids have not beaten Bamberg in 3 years, so that makes it a little tougher for them tonight. I think Bamberg is a very good football team. They come in 7-1 tonight. They do not score that many points, but I'll tell you what, their defense must really be stout. We have not seen them yet this year, but they're only giving up about 6 points a game. That's pretty damn terrific, all right? So I think it's going to be a tough game for Barnwell.
All right, they just introduced the 1987 state champions here at Barnwell as they play the horse in the background. We're here on the Horses Field, the Warhorses, Barnwell, South Carolina, on the campus of Barnwell High School. We'll take a break and come back and look at some of the other games in the area when we return on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Come on in to Bargain Blowouts Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Have no fear, the pink team is here. Over 200,000 people a year are diagnosed with breast cancer. About 2,600 of them are men.
Visit your local specialist for more information and regular examinations.
Help us help you.
You are brave.
You are courageous. You are a fighter. You are you.
Join us at the Aiken County Career and Technology Center October 27th at 1 p.m. for the Breast Cancer Awareness Walk. All proceeds benefit Can Hope.
Come on in to Bargain Blowouts Furniture, where we have sofas and love seats starting at only $396.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Welcome back to the pregame show here live at Barnwell at W.W. Carter Field on the campus of Barnwell High School. Don't be confused by that music in the background. That's not Aiken High music. That's Aiken High's fight song too. So tonight it's the Warhorses songs. All right, we're going to look at some of the other games that are going on in the area. We'll come back and look at this a little bit later on. And a game that some people think Aiken might get their first win. They're playing Dreher.
Going with my upset pick off the top this week. I'm going to take Aiken over Dreher. I think Aiken is going to get a win this season, and that's why I'm taking them over Dreher.
If they're going to get it, they better get it now.
Just going to go ahead and say they're going to win this one.
Well, they gave Airport all they wanted last week.
Well, they're playing a little bit better. I'll tell you what, I would love to see Coach Washington get his first win here. Okay, I think that would be very important. I'd love to see. I'd like to see the kids from Aiken get a win this year. I don't think it's going to happen tonight. I think Washington, and that's where that name came from, the running back from Dreher, I think it's going to be another game for him to do very, very well. He's already got over 1,000 yards rushing, the number of touchdowns, and Aiken has had trouble stopping the run this year, and they have not been able to put up enough points. So as much as I'd love to pick Aiken, I got to pick Creer. Okay, but that's a nice upset pick for you, Eric.
All right, well, the Fighting Green Hornets came through for me last week in the sense of they battled Airport. Nobody was picking them except me. I'll pick them again tonight. Go get them, Hornets. All right.
Christina.
Keenan is at Fox Creek.
And I'll tell you what, Keenan's in trouble. Okay, Fox Creek's a better team, and Keenan comes in 1-7. And you got to give credit to the quarterback from Fox Creek, Cam Mitchell. He has run the ball very well for a lot of touchdowns. He's thrown it for 5 touchdowns. I think Fox Creek's just going to be a better football team tonight. They're playing well in their league, and I think Keenan at 1-7 probably will not have much fun tonight.
I agree. Cam Mitchum's tough.
He is. Obviously, he can run the ball, can pass the ball when he needs them to. If they can limit kind of some of the turnovers and things, which I think they will do this week, that has hampered them, I think they should come out and, as Quinn has told me all season, when they can move the ball and don't turn it over, not many teams can stop them offensively with Cam. And the defense has performed pretty well this season also, so I also believe they're going to be too much for Keenan to handle.
All right. The $1 million question game is actually $2 million question games, and you'll guess after I ask the question is I've been asked all week who are the players suspended in the North Augusta and Midland Valley game.
We were not given any names, but there's a lot of them. So I think North Augusta will still have enough to get by in this game and pull away with the victory, but there won't be the usual names in the stat column when you open your paper next week and see big games or game balls or any of that. So obviously both teams kind of reeling from the suspensions. Heard it was 9 and somewhere around that range also for North Augusta. So it should be interesting to see who comes out there.
Yeah, and Midland Valley's on a roll. They've won their last 2 games, scored in the 40s, both of those games, and now here they are. And if Washington's not playing for North Augusta, I think you better watch out.
I'll tell you what, this could be an upset tonight, depending on who can or cannot play for North Augusta. We all know that. You lose a few of your star players, and that could make a difference. Midland Valley has won a couple ball games. Like you said, they're over 40 points the last 2 weeks, 41 and 47, I believe. Here's my only disclaimer. The teams that they beat have not won a game yet. They beat Flora and Aiken, who have not put a win on the board yet. So I don't think Midland Valley has really played a lot of tough people in the last couple of weeks, even though they're being very successful. I still like North Augusta in this ball game, but I think because of the uncertainty, and I'm sure there was some turmoil at North Augusta this week, probably upset the practice schedule and so on. I think it's going to be a close ball game. North Augusta, I think, should still pull it out.
All right. Now, Estill is at Ridge Spring, Monetta.
Okay, and Ridge Spring, really a surprise team. They have really come on. They're playing very, very solid defense. They're playing against a team in Estill that's only won 1 game, 1-6. I think 2 teams that are going in opposite directions. Ridge Spring had a nice win last week. Okay, their defense has really been solid. I like them in this ball game.
Yeah, Ridge Spring's got a tough defense.
They do. They have tough defense, and they have an offense that can that doesn't make many mistakes, and they can get the job done. Obviously, last week the defense led the way in that big win over Wagner Sally in the rivalry game. Several turnovers, which kind of cost Wagner in that game. But I think it'll be more of the same this week. Tough defense, and they're going to be too much for Estill.
All right, we're at Barnwell, and we've got Bamberg playing here. But the other B, Batesburg-Leesville, is at Silver Bluff. We were at Silver Bluff last week.
We were.
This will be a tough game for Silver Bluff.
It will be. Silver Bluff has a lot of positive things going for them, however. Obviously, we saw them last week. They put up a bunch of points. The defense put up some points and performed very well for them. And I think head coach Burton wants to keep that momentum going. He said after the game that they locked up the 4 seed, and if they win this week, they can lock up the 3 seed and be in a tie for second, and then going into next week's rivalry game here. So they really feel like they have a chance in this game. So I think going out there with that attitude, it should be another good game.
It's a little bit like this Midland Valley game. Midland Valley had it easy for the last couple of weeks, scored a bunch of points. Silver Bluff, same way. The last 2 weeks, lots of points, but that wasn't Batesburg.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're playing a much better team this week, but Batesburg is not quite the team they've been over the last few years. I mean, they come in with only 3 wins on the season so far. They're very solid, however. but I like Silver Bluff in this one. And if you can pick a team that has a better record going into the game as the upset, this is my upset. I think Silver Bluff is going to win the game tonight. Last week when we saw them, they were missing one of the best defensive players in the area in Cedric Trotty. And they get him back this week, I believe. I think he's going to be able to play. Their defense was solid last week. I liked Washington, what I saw as a quarterback. And I'll tell you what, San Quentin McFarland was terrific last week, and a couple other players did very well. I like John Green on defense. I thought their defense was all over the place, and I think with Trotty they're going to be better. I'm picking Silver Bluff tonight at home.
All right, that's a big win if Silver Bluff can pull that off. Now, the other $1 million question game, and I have a feeling we're going to hear sort of the same thing we heard earlier, South Aiken at Airport.
Well, that's exactly right. I don't know who's missing from South Aiken this week. Could be some very important players. I would be very concerned if their quarterback couldn't play, for instance, and I'd be very concerned if some of their linebackers couldn't play because they've been very, very good and very important. Tough ball game, coming off a tough loss. Now they got some players suspended. Could be a tough week for them. Fortunately, they're playing a team that I do not think is in their class, frankly, and I think they'll win. Last year, 70-21. All right, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near like that this year, but I pick South Aiken to come through.
And whereas I think North Augusta has to look out for their situation, even more so with South Aiken. They lost last week, and they were on the short end of that. They're licking their wounds, and now they've got these players suspended.
Yeah, I think it'll be, like I said earlier, it'll be a little difficult with some of the suspensions, but I think they'll also still have enough to get the job done. Once again, didn't get any names of who was suspended, but as Coach said, if it's some of the bigger players, could be interesting. Obviously, they pride themselves on that tough defense with some of those linebackers, so I think they'll still have enough to get done. And one other thing I'd like to mention, one of their linebackers, Reed Boland, is actually the South Carolina High School Heisman representative in the national competition, so say congrats to him for that, and good luck.
And let's hope he wasn't involved in the players to be named later. We don't know who they were, so let's hope that Reed wasn't one, and congratulations, Reed, on that. He's certainly deserving. Strom Thurmond is at Pillion. Speaking of teams that are having a strange season, Strom Thurmond.
They have been having a strange season. However, interestingly enough, they got Quan Harris back last week, and they competed with a tough Gilbert team. So I don't know if some of those other losses have been indicative of how we're going to see them perform down the stretch. They should have an easy time in this one, to be honest. And I think they'll come out a win. Obviously, last week they kind of ran the ball more often. They've always been lean towards the run, but haven't necessarily run it as much as they did last week. Ran it 40-something times with Jaquan Edwards. So if it's more of that, I think they'll succeed going forward.
I'll tell you what, Edwards carrying the ball 40-some times. That is a load for anybody at any level. I like Strom Thurmond to win this ball game. I'm a little concerned about the running back for Pillion. He's over 1,000 yards already. Pillion comes in 3-5. Strom Thurmond 4-4, and that's a disappointing season so far for Strom Thurmond. We'd expect them to be a little better. They started the season off well. A couple bumps in the road, but I like the fact they got their quarterback back, and I think Hillary will have his boys ready tonight, and they're going to probably win this football game.
Yeah, we need Strom Thurmond to win, since we'll be there next week at Strom Thurmond, one of my favorite press boxes in all the world. So we need him to be on a roll. All right, Wagner Sally's at Denmark Olar.
And Wagner Sally coming off a loss that probably hurt them a little bit. They were rolling a little bit. Willie's got those guys playing very, very well. They're 6-2 coming in. The team they're playing is only 2-6. I pick Wagner Sally to win this one tonight to bounce back. I think Davis and some other guys will have good running ball games, and it should be a good ball game for Wagner Sally.
Yeah, I agree. Wagner needs to bounce back. They need a bounce-back game.
Yeah, I think this will be it. They should come out and return to form and pick up another big win here. Obviously, it's clear the three best teams in that region with Williston and Ridge Spring and then Wagner. So I think they'll bounce back from that loss last week.
All right, and finally, Williston is at Blackville Hilda. Correct.
Yes. And I think, much like I said in the last one, I think Williston Elko will have an easy time in this one. Obviously, one thing you can count on is Wilson Elko being able to do things. Obviously, DeMarcus Doe has emerged as a running threat now, so it adds another weapon to their arsenal. So I think they should come out and do more of the same and kind of get that victory.
Okay, and I've got here Blackville Hilda against teams that we're very familiar with. They didn't score a point against Barnwell. They did not score a point against Wagner Sally, and they only scored 6 against Ridge Spring. They have tough moving the football and scoring. Played decent defense. They come in with a record of 3-5. I think it'll go to 3-6 tonight.
Okay, well, that's a look at all the games in the area. We got one more to talk about. We'll come back and talk about our game tonight, and that's Barnwell playing host to Bamberg-Ehrhardt when we return on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Were you recently arrested for driving under the influence? Are you looking for an experienced DUI attorney but don't know where to start? The Chandler Law Firm can help. We know being charged with a DUI is an intimidating and frightening experience. A DUI conviction can lead to fines, court costs, probation, license suspension, and even jail time. Time is of the essence. The sooner you call, the more likely we're able to protect your rights.
You can count on Chandler.
Come on in to Bargain Blowouts Furniture, where we have sofas and love seats starting at only $396.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Whether you volunteer your time, make a donation, or both, giving back to our community is what makes Aiken so strong. It's the spirit of a great city. Each year, Aiken Regional employees donate thousands of man-hours and dollars to local charities and nonprofits, and the hospital sets aside $100,000 as well. We're committed to giving back and paying it forward.
I've worked at our family's dealership for over 14 years, and I've watched how my dad treats his customers. I've seen them come back again and again because we treat them right. Now that I'm stepping up to be the general manager, I plan on carrying on that tradition, because treating people right sets Satcher apart from the competition. We know you're going to shop around, but remember, at Satcher Ford, you're always going to pay the prices you're quoted. No dock fees, no surprises. That's the way Dad does it. That's how I'll continue to do it.
In Aiken, we are football. Outstanding in the field, in the booth, in the newspaper, on the web, on the app, mobile, social, and very, very local. Aiken Standard is Football Friday.
Welcome back to the pregame show. We're live from Barnwell High School, W.W. Carter Field, where tonight the undefeated Warhorses of Barnwell take on once beaten and undefeated in conference record Bamberg-Ehrhardt Red Raiders. And again, I think this is maybe the best game we'll have this season.
Well, we haven't had many close games on the television tonight or this whole season, and tonight I think we will get one. I think both teams play solid defense. Both teams run the football, and they know each other pretty well. They play each other regularly, so I think it's going to be a very tough ball game. I think Barnwell is very, very tough defensively. They're giving up 6 points a ball game. That is really a terrific record, and that's how they stay in the games. They haven't been able to put up as many points as they're used to doing. Last year they were 11-2, and they just ran up the score against a lot of people. This year, much closer games. 2 games that impressed me. They beat Silver Bluff and shut them out. They scored 30-some points against Silver Bluff and shut them out. And they came back in a tough ball game last week against Batesburg and won in overtime by 1 point. So they're used to tight ball games. They're used to playing against quality people, and they're used to winning. Those are 3 things that are tough to top. I think they're going to be all that Barnwell's going to want tonight.
We're supposed to be here earlier this season, and then some rain in the area, and they moved it to Thursday, and we couldn't make it down. So we're glad to be here just for that.
Yes, I got to come down for that game, actually, the early game on that Thursday, and it was an impressive performance against Pillion. Obviously, they didn't allow Pillion to do much on offense, and that the running game got going once again that game. That's kind of the bread and butter for Barnwell here. Strong, tough defense, and then line it up in the wishbone and see if the other team can stop you. As Coach Garrett told me earlier this week, he said that it's easy to say you're going to key in on the run and try to stop it, but it's nothing to actually stop it. So we'll see what Bamberg has up their sleeves to do that. Obviously, their defense has performed well, and so I don't know how much offense we're going to see tonight, but I expect to see a good game.
Well, talking a little bit about individual players, Elmore's the quarterback, Lee's the running back, Harvey, they're both neck and neck. They've run for just less than 900 yards apiece. So it's a two-headed monster on the rushing attack.
They really have good rushers, and they're very balanced. Okay, I'm watching them pre-game, and I'll tell you what, I've said this for the last 2 weeks. I like it when Pete Elmore gets to throw the ball also. Now, he hasn't even thrown it 50 times this whole year so far, but I think the kid can throw it very well. Watched him pre-game. Looks like they're working on that a little bit. I think against a defense like they're going to face tonight, they may need to mix it up just a little bit and throw the ball some, and I think he's very capable. Also, I like their kicker. And then the one factor that I like about both teams, both these coaches are winners, okay? Regardless of where they've coached, they've won, okay? Garrick, I think, does a terrific job here, and he did one over at Williston also when he was there, when I've seen his teams play. Crosby with the Red Raiders, coached for a while, then left for a year, and now he's back, and they're winning again, okay? So I like that. I like the coaches when they can be consistent winners.
Yeah, they're two really, really good coaches. Bamberg, I think, has the same type of problem, though. They've got to get some offense. Any of those players we can look for?
Yeah, as in my research, obviously, A.J. Williams performed pretty well at quarterback for them last week in that victory and actually scored the winning touchdown. Had 2 rushing touchdowns and was able to pass the ball effectively. So that's someone you can look out for. And Coach Garrick was saying he reads the option very well. So when they decide to do that, so that's something they'll have to look out for. And like as you spoke of a minute ago, you spoke of the running backs, but one group that Garrick likes to kind of heap the praise on is that offensive line. They have some big guys along that line. Just heard him introducing them, a couple of 6-foot guys over 300 pounds. You have Jackson Ridgway on that line, Briggs Curse, Julius Arnold at tight end, Copeland Burbage at the other tight end. So they kind of, he said they just like the physical play. So it could be one of those exciting old school type games here tonight.
Yeah, that's your kind of game anyway, right, Coach?
Well, I kind of like that. Okay, I think both defenses, and it's going to be one up front probably tonight who can do the best job dominating the line of scrimmage either on offense or defense. And the other thing that could come into this, I like their kicker when he was warming up tonight too. And you talk about these big 6'4" guys and stuff like that. This kid's very small. He reminds me of me, so I kind of like that. All right, but he can kick the ball.
All right, the color guard is coming on the field. We're just moments away from the kickoff, so we're going to take a break, and we'll get ready for the kickoff here at W.W. Carter Field, where tonight Barnwell and Bamberg play. We'll be back on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Here at Just Julie's, we aren't your typical sub shop. All of our meats and cheeses are cut fresh, and we have a wider variety of menu items. We're happy to create new items to suit your many desires, which means custom orders that you won't find anywhere else. We've been a part of the Aiken community for over 35 years, so come and see us for lunch or dinner. You won't be disappointed. Our sandwiches, salads, and customer service can't be beat. Just Julie's, Pine Log Road in the Staples Shopping Center across from Kroger.
At Lionel Smith Limited, we can help you look your best no matter what the season. For fall and winter of 2017, we have the area's best collection of suits and sports jackets, a huge selection of those famous hand-picked Smitty ties, unique sportswear, outerwear, sweaters, made-to-measure shirts, suits and coats, socks, underwear, and lots more. New merchandise is arriving daily, so to see all the latest in men's fashions, see us at Lionel Smith Limited. Lionel Smith, limited to only the finest in men's clothing.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing. So when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
Whether you volunteer your time, make a donation, or both, giving back to our community is what makes Aiken so strong. It's the spirit of a great city. Each year, Aiken Regional employees donate thousands of man-hours and dollars to local charities and nonprofits, and the hospital sets aside $100,000 as well. We're committed to giving back and paying it forward.
Come on in to Bargain Blocks Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Here at Just Julie's, we aren't your typical sub shop. All of our meats and cheeses are cut fresh, and we have a wider variety of menu items. We're happy to create new items to suit your many desires, which means custom orders that you won't find anywhere else. We've been a part of the Aiken community for over 35 years, so come and see us for lunch or dinner. You won't be disappointed. Our sandwiches, salads, and customer service can't be beat. Just Julie's, Pine Log Road in the Staples Shopping Center across from Kroger.
Hey, David was supposed to be bringing me some gas in here. I don't know if he was still going to do it, but if he's not going to do it, I'm going to take down this other monitor. I might let him go shop.
Both captains. Remember, number 3 will be Nick Hughes. Number 12 is not.
You're looking live at WW Carter Field, where tonight on the campus of Barnwell High School, Barnwell, the Warhorses, undefeated on the season, take on their rivals from right down Highway 78, Bamberg-Ehrhardt. The Red Raiders are here. They're undefeated in conference, got 1 loss on the season. Barnwell yet to lose any games. In the Aiken Standard Game of the Week, Ed Jarretto, along with the coach, Ken Brace, Eric Russell is down on the field. And, Coach, we're up for a good game tonight.
I believe we are. I think we've got 2 quality teams playing tonight. We got a great setting, and I think we're going to see a good ball game tonight. I think it's going to be tight, low scoring, tight.
I can already tell I'm going to like it because I can see the numbers on the Bamberg jerseys. It's like they're almost right here in the booth with us. We're so close to the field. We're on the visitors' side, which makes for a little bit of an odd call. That means that the down markers, the chains will be on this side of the field, and sometimes that's hard to keep up with. And the official will turn his back and give the signal to the home side. So we'll try to keep up with exactly what's going on as the game progresses. Who are those captains, Coach?
I'll tell you what, for the Bamberg-Ehrhardt Red Raiders, we got number 3, Hughes. We got number 21, and I'm going to try to make sure I get this name right, Gerald Manigault.
That's it.
All right. We also have number 12, okay, and that is Reese Ziegler. All right. Number 58 is Luke Harper. Number 15 is Desmond Porter, all right, and number 13 is Jones, and he is, don't have his first name, all right, for Barnwell. We've got Pete Elmore, the quarterback, number 1, Michael Lee, number 3, a running back, and he's having an outstanding year. Number 22 is Ryan Harper, fullback, and number 64 Jackson Carter.
All right, very good. Harvey and Lee, the running backs for Barnwell, as Coach pointed out, having an outstanding year. Harvey with 871 yards rushing on 105 attempts. Lee with 115 attempts has 867. That's quite a 1-2 punch in the backfield.
It sure is, and we knew that coming in. They have been outstanding throughout their careers here and continued this year, and it's very good when you got two people back there that can really move the football. You can't key on just one of them. Good leadership also, as I've mentioned before, in Pete Elmore. And I think Barnwell's got one of the better teams in the area, certainly. And as you look at this field, sometimes the field, the band, the cheerleaders, the fans, the preparation, everything sort of melds together. And we've seen a really fine pregame show here by the Barnwell Warhorse fans and their cheerleaders. The band was terrific. One of the best renditions of the national anthem I've ever heard, and that was with their choir singing that, and really a nice setting. It's a perfect football night, too. We finally have a cool night, and that's the way football's supposed to be played, in cool weather, not 80 or 90 degree weather.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is a beautiful place. It's one of those places that's very, very intimate. It's an older stadium, and you come in and you're very tight. Not a whole lot of room on the sidelines. The crowd is right on top of you, especially on the visitors' side. This used to be the home side back in the days. I think they built this stadium in the 1960s. They won the state championship in 1966. We've pointed out my father's team won in 1954. They won the state championship, and they played on another field, Fuller Field, which is in downtown. They moved out here later on in the 60s, and they've had some success. The 1966 state championship, they also won it in 86 and 87, and before the game they honored the 87 championship team.
And it was a great thing to see so many of the players come back. They had almost a full lineup over there of the former players, and they looked pretty daggone good. It looked like a lot of them could still play.
Yeah, and when they talk about Friday night lights and high school football and how big it is, they were talking about a setting like this, like Barnwell High School, where the stands are full, both sides. People ringed around in the areas. They got concession stands on both sides. It's really a neat place to play high school football. Looks like Bamberg won the toss.
And they elected to receive. They'll get the football to start the first half.
Barnwell will defend the north goal. So the captains will run back and join their teams to run in.
And Bamberg brought a little display with them. They're going to run through. Here they come. In the white uniforms, the red trim, the Red Raiders.
Barnwell has one of the better PAs and PA announcers in the area. Gary Brantley, been doing it for years down here at Barnwell. Playing 2001 and brings the team in. And we are moments away from our kickoff tonight. And yes, we are excited. We've had a lot of games this season that have turned up to be on the blowout side.
Starting with the very first one that we had with Wagner Sally, and they scored 60 early in the season, and we've seen some other games that have just gotten out of hand very, very early. I do not think that's going to happen tonight. I think it's about to be a war.
Eric has updated us already with the first score of the night. Thurman up 7-0 before we can even get a kickoff. So Thurman was ready to go against Pillion tonight. All right, you watched the kicker for Barnwell warming up. You say he's a good one, huh?
And that is number 50. Okay. Hunter Welsh.
Well, Hunter Webb, he also is a defensive lineman. So you never know.
I think they've got another one that I saw earlier that might be their field goal kicker. This may just be their kickoff man.
Three deep for Batesburg. Gerald Manigault, one of the captains, deep on the right side.
And I believe that's Reese Ziegler also.
And that's Ziegler catching it down toward the goal line, bringing it back. Hit hard right at the 20-yard line. And that's a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 from the 19, where Bamberg will start tonight's game.
Number 12, not 27, he's 12.
Some number changes. We'll run on the fly. Keeper, Barnwell was ready for that. That went nowhere.
In last year's ball game, Bamberg had great success running their version of the jet sweep and some other outside sweeps. Okay, Coach Garrick said that was a point of emphasis this year. They're going to have to contain that, and on that first play, they did a great job of it.
Shotgun formation, backs on either side, hands off. Gets away up over the 20 to the 21, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 9. A.J. Williams, the quarterback for Batesburg. Bamberg. Wondered how long it'd take me to do that.
It is Bamberg.
Two tight ends, a wing back and 2 running backs on either side. Crisscross play. Not going to make the 1st down, out to the 26-yard line. Gainyard to carry. Stopped short of the 1st down. It'll be marked at the 25-yard line. 4th and 4 coming up. You know, I even said before the game that the chains were on our side. Still takes a little bit of adjustment to realize that. All right, punting situation for Bamberg. Ooh, that was close. Gets it away. Going to get out of the way. And almost hit a Barnwell player.
That was close. I thought it was going to hit him.
Did not. Touchdown by Jonathan Williams. And that's where Barnwell will take over Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line, as they're 61 yards from the Tyler Tire end zone. Pete Elmore, the quarterback, leads his team out on the field. Come out in the wishbone.
They love the wishbone.
There's Harvey on the first carry. Harvey's going to make about 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 coming up.
And that's a good start. Okay, nice push up front. 5 yards, certainly a win on the first play.
This is Lee. Lee gets up over the 50 into Red Raider territory at 49. And that's a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. First down of the game for either team. They spot him down on the 50. That still moves the chains.
And that was a nice run by Lee. Okay, showed some strength there. Got hit early and bounced off a tackler. Brought down, but not before he gained another 5 for the first.
Barnwell lining up and just heading out. Bamberg waiting on that one. He may have gotten a half a yard. It just crosses the 50-yard line.
Barnwell came out on balance that time, strong to the left, and Bamberg able to make an adjustment very quickly, recognize it, and well defended.
So Barnwell picked up the length of the football. Brings up second down, 9.5. Another dive. That's Lee. And he picked up 2 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 from the 48-yard line of Bamberg.
And one of the things that Barnwell likes to do, they're using the wishbone as a power running offense. Not always involved in the option.
Another crisscross. That's Harvey. Harvey's going to be knocked down about the 46. They may give him the 43. So he's going to be 3 yards short of the first down. 4th down and 3. And the punting unit comes on. And you have to agree, this is not going to be where you automatically go for it on 4th down. You're going to play a little field position.
A little respect on the side of both teams. Don't want to mistake early. Possessions and scores could be precious in this game.
No rush. Low line drive, that's returnable. Looking for a gap. Gets past the first couple of would-be tacklers. A nice little return. I believe that was Manigault.
It was Manigault.
And he is short of the 15. They're going to mark him right at the 15. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 15. So Barnwell able to pick up 1 first down before they punted. Bamberg with their second possession, they went 3 and out on their first one. And Barnwell ready for that. That was Javis Folks. Javalis Folk on the carry, and he lost a yard. Losing 2, 2nd down 12.
And a couple people from the defensive front for Barnwell in there, including Ernest Smith.
Oh, nice hole. This through gets hit pretty hard, short of the 20-yard line. Still well short of the first down.
There was some room right there at the beginning of that play, filled very nicely by the linebacker, offside linebacker, Griffin Corley.
Going quick. Did some tempo trying to beat Barnwell to the punch, and that doesn't work. They're going to lose yardage. Almost back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 4th down and 9. And once again, Bamberg is 3 and out.
And they ran a couple counter plays. The counter play coming back here to the left, their offensive left. There was a hole, but closed quickly. Then they ran it to the other side, and there was nothing there.
Blaze Bunch on to try his second punt. And these kickers have got an important part tonight. He was almost blocked the first time. This one's a nice one. Drives him back to the 39-yard line and hit hard and dropped right back where he fielded the ball. Good play by Bamberg. Barnwell takes over 1st and 10. Chandler Law Firm 1st down.
And that was Gerald Manigault. Okay, he's been in on a couple things already tonight. Nice punt. Good coverage.
Corley on the return. So ball at the 38-yard line. Barnwell started at the 39 on the first one, so they lost a yard in that exchange. And there's officials. Actually, they're going to move the ball to the 40-yard line, which was his forward progress on the punt. So that's the right call. Somebody came in and pointed that out, one of the officials on the side judge. So move it to the 40-yard line. So they're a yard better than their first possession. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Crisscross. Bamberg had it stuffed in the middle. No gain. 2nd down and 10.
They came out with a strong formation to the left once again and tried to run a little backfield action to the right. Nowhere to go. Little misdirection play did not fool Bamberg.
And 2 tight ends, wishbone formation. Gonna pass. Stepping back, throws down the middle, got a man. Looks like he pulled up from his running and had to jump. If he kept going, he might have had a better chance. That was 81, Tyra Spahn on who was the intended receiver. Good defense by Bamberg.
It was. He was well covered. All right. Had some time to throw. Pass had something on it. Okay, just a little overthrown.
So 3rd down and 10. It's more of a spread formation. Looking to pass again. Elmer under pressure. And that's going to be picked off. No. Dropped, helmet came off, but incomplete pass is the call. 4th and 10. The Bamberg crowd wanted holding as Elmore trying to run out of the pocket. And they didn't get the call, but they'll get the ball back as Barnwell goes 3 and out. And the defense is pretty much as advertised, Coach.
I'll tell you what, they had good defense there. Almost intercepted. Okay, dangerous pass.
Barnwell, no yards on that exchange. Now this punt, line drive bouncing, picked up by Manigault. He's got nowhere to go. They will gain yardage on the exchange of punts. They'll be out to the 20-yard line where they'll start. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
And that was a nice play by Manigault again. And I'll tell you, he's been involved in a few things already, both offensively, special teams, defensively. And that was a tough ball to handle. He picked it up just like a shortstop, picked up a few yards. And being here on the visitor sideline, we've got a vocal visitor sideline this time. Sometimes we get a smaller crowd on the visitor side. Tonight, they're well represented, and they've got some vocal people here.
Not quite. Not tonight. They came up Highway 70 and got here. We got a timeout on the field. Bragg Heating Company timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
Back here at Barnwell High School, where we're locked in a 0-0 tie with 4 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Defensive struggle so far.
And both defenses look good. I'll tell you what, some really fine tackling out there. Nice hard hits.
Williams, A.J. Williams, the quarterback on the keeper, and he gets the same result as other running backs have gotten. 1 yard, 2nd down and 9. Ooh, good run, good tackle, good hits, but a nice run by Kashawn Brown. So he got the handoff on sort of a jet sweep action type thing, and he wouldn't go down on the first or the second hit.
There's one,
yardage.
2, 3, finally brings him down. That's a strong run.
3rd down and 1. And in the backfield, and Williams able to stay on his feet, get the first down. big shot in the backfield as the big man came through for Barnwell, hit the back on the keeper. Williams able to keep it and pick up a yard and get the first down.
And I don't know how he got out of that. Okay. Number 77 for Barnwell was in there like a shot. Okay. That's Jeremiah Graves, and I don't know how they got away from him. He was in the backfield as soon as the ball was.
There's a handoff to Javalis Folk. Now having some success moving the football. Shoe comes off. He'll have to go to the sidelines. But the pickup's 5 yards, 2nd down and 5.
A.J. Williams, a quarterback, did a nice job on the read that time. Made the right decision.
Now the option's starting to pay off. And a handoff to number 33, Desmond Porter. And he's out across midfield into Warhorse territory. Bamberg picks up their 2nd first down in this drive. And they're moving the football, 45-yard line. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
Like what I see of the running backs, they're lowering that shoulder and they're delivering a blow. They're just not taking it.
Little late on that tackle. Not a whole lot of room on the sidelines. We did the pregame show from down there, and there's a block wall, and I'd say it's about 5 yards from the sideline.
At most, okay? And Williams, what an impressive run that was, okay? He rode that ball carrier into the line. Both of them got stuffed a little bit, then he just bounced out and made a nice gain.
Now, there was a penalty on Barnwell. Penalty was declined. They'll take the play. Williams, an excellent job on the read option that time, riding the running back, keeping it, picking up 8 yards. It's 2nd down and 2. Now the official's going to talk about it. All right, they're straight. Bamberg, who went nowhere in their first 2 possessions, the 3rd possession's the charm. They've got it going now. Hit hard in the hole, but still running hard. Once again, that's Porter. Porter is out over the 35, and I believe he may have the first down. He does. They'll move the chains 34-yard line. Back to pass, first pass of the game. Williams. They threw the flag, and the Bamberg fans yelling for holding. That's kind of interesting in the sense of.
Yeah, they're going to get a hold, but I don't think they're going to like it.
No, I think this is going to go against Bamberg.
They were screaming for holding, and they're getting a holding, but it's going against Bamberg.
So 10 yards.
From the point of the foul, that's a long one.
Goes all the way back to the 49-yard line. And you're right, that is a long one. So you end up with still first down, but 25 yards for the first down now, as that holding was in the backfield. Now you got a timeout on the field. I heard somebody say it was a TV timeout. Don't believe that it's a TV timeout, but we'll take a timeout, a Bragg Heating Company timeout with them. 0-0, our score. Bamberg trying to move in.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing. So when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
All right, we're back on the field. Not sure what that timeout was for, but it is first down and 25. Well, Bamberg's trying to stretch the field. They've had no luck with that at all. And they're trying to get a face mask, and I don't know if he threw the flag over there or not. Porter on the carry, and they may get some of this yardage back. Barnwell's walking back, so it's going to be against Barnwell. And it's a personal foul, face mask.
I think that's pretty obvious. Once we see the replay. Okay, that was indeed. Teron Spahn got him.
Well, that got most of the holding penalty back. It's now going to remain first down and 15 at the 39. Hands off. Porter outside gets spun, but he's still on his feet. Going to get down the field, get the first down again. And he's out of bounds around the 15-yard line, I believe.
Once again, he rode that ball carrier for a long while, got good blocking on the corner, and then he breaks 2 tackles. That's a heck of a run. Finally knocked out of bounds. But that's number 33, Desmond Porter. He did a heck of a job there.
At the 15-yard line, Chandler Law Firm first and 10. Now Bamberg finding the holes. Folk on the carry. Inside the 10.
Outstanding blocking up front. Pulled number 51 around to lead through the hole. Folk takes advantage of it. Terrific play.
Bamberg packs them in. Second down. Met in the backfield this time, going nowhere. And that's what we saw in the first 2 possessions. So they knocked Folk down for no gain, and the final seconds will tick off the clock. So that quarter went by pretty quickly.
It sure did.
1 quarter's in the books. Our score, Barnwell nothing, Bamberg nothing. But Bamberg is knocking on the door when we return to the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Come on in to Bargain Blowouts Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Take the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Carter Stadium, Carter Field, or Barnwell, has Bamberg in a 2nd and 10 position. He lost yardage back. Now I realize it was 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. We're so close to the field where we are in the press box. It's great, except for when they go down on that other end. We're glad to see the end of the first quarter, get the team in the section where we actually can see the field.
Tell you what, impressive drive so far by Bamberg. Take a look at that offensive line. They're pretty stout up front. They're moving the ball pretty well, and I am impressed by their running backs. They run hard, including the quarterback, Williams. I think against a lesser team, they'd have put a touchdown on the board already. But Barnwell's pretty good defensively.
They stack it up, 2 tight ends going on the option. Quarterback Williams keeps, tries to skip through, gets to the 6-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
And that was a saving tackle by Deshaun Watson, defensive end. Okay, nice open field tackle.
Not to be confused with the Deshaun Watson that plays for the
He's got the same name.
the Texans.
Had an opening that time. Looked like he was going to make real good yardage, but Watson put a stop to it. Nice tackle.
Williams sets him down. Rolls to his right. Getting pressure from behind. Throws. Incomplete pass. Had to wait for the official. Got his feet knocked out from under him.
The receiver thinks he had a touchdown. See what the call is.
I don't think they have any instant replays out here of going to the board and watching. They may have a few cameras out here. But the side judge, who was right in front of it, called it no good. And that's going to be the call. So it's going to bring up 4th and goal.
I think we might have
from
a penalty.
The 6th. Well, you're right, there is a penalty against.
Offensive pass interference.
Yeah.
And the defender did push his face mask as if somebody had pushed him in the face mask to knock him away. And that's evidently the call.
Any of you stayed up late last night and watched Kansas City and Oakland, we had a little clinic of offensive and defensive pass interference at the end of that game. That was pretty exciting. And, of course, after the touchdown was scored by Oakland to win the game, they were still saying that was interference after calling 3 in a row, 1 on offense, 2 on defense, with no time left on the clock. And it was quite an ending. All right, that pushes them back to the 20-yard line. Here comes the pressure. He's wide open. Oh, nice defensive effort to come and knock the ball out. It was intended for Kason Brown. And it looked like he was open and going to walk in all by himself. And who was that on defense?
That was number 14, Reginald Roberts. And I'll tell you what, he came out of nowhere to take that ball away, knock it away. That was a terrific defensive play by Reginald. Okay, and I'll tell you what, they could use that a lot. Reginald Roberts, terrific defensive play. Man was wide open. This is going to be a long field goal.
All right, number 14, the kicker. He's not on the roster. This is a 37-yard field goal. Gets it down, gets it up. It is wide to the right. No good. Barnwell holds. Bamberg gets down the field, knocks on the door, but no one was home for Bamberg. Our score remains 0-0. If nothing else, though, Bamberg has flipped the field and got Barnwell backed up to the 20-yard line.
Let's see if they can have some offense now.
Good run, gets 5 yards. Be 2nd down and 5.
And we know that the Barnwell running backs, Michael Lee, Brandon Harvey, they can move the football. So far, they've been pretty well contained.
Interesting to see Barnwell run this wishbone formation. Dwayne Garrett ran this at Williston, won a state championship with it. And I imagine this overpowers most teams. That's why he's going with it.
On that tackle that time, Cole Gagum, number 9.
All right, picked up a yard. 3rd down and 4. Here comes a little sweep. He's trying to get to the edge. Stops, not going to make it. Going to be knocked down for a loss. Bamberg's defense playing tough. And a punting situation coming up for Barnwell. So Barnwell, again, goes 3 and out. They picked up a first down on their first possession, and that's the only first down for Barnwell of the game.
And it looked like they had something working there to get outside, but terrific support and terrific pursuit by Bamberg on defense. I believe it was number 32 who made the initial hit, or number 33, Desmond Porter.
Another good kick. Back to the 30-yard line. Manigault goes down. Running sideways, they're going to give him his forward progress to the 31. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 for Bamberg. So Bamberg will try to take up where they left off and get back down the field and put some points on the board. And this is one of those games here in the early going that whoever scores is going to be in good shape.
Both teams really tough and aggressive on defense. You got to like it if you're a defensive fan. And I'm surprised because of the talent that I'm seeing out there offensively that somebody hadn't scored yet, because they've got some running backs on both these teams.
Going right at it again and hit hard as he hits the hole. That's gain yard for Bamberg.
And the tackle was made by Deshaun Watson again, defensive end, number 51.
Gain of a yard.
Well done.
2nd down and 9. Bamberg runs from the shotgun, but they've got a very compacted offense. 2 tight ends and a wingback plays tight. And that's run out of bounds. He may have lost the yard that he picked up.
And there was nowhere to go here. The defensive end did a nice job fighting off the block. Got some help from the outside linebacker and cornerback. Nowhere for the back to go.
No gain. 3rd down and 9 coming up.
Both of these teams really run to the football very, very well. Impressive defenses.
Williams on the keeper. He's got some room to get outside. He's to the edge. Off across the 45 to the 50-yard line. That'll move the chains. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 for Bamberg.
Williams, little ball fake. Then he's got good blockers out in front of him, and he gets to the corner. Nice move. He's also a good runner.
49-yard line. So Bamberg again moving the football. And it's Williams doing the damage on that one. Now going to roll to his right, looking to pass, looking downfield, throws. Oh, receiver fell down. And Barnwell had a shot at the interception. Couldn't come up with it. 2nd down and 10.
If he was trying to throw that to the receiver, he was off balance. I'm not sure he didn't try to throw that one away, but it was nowhere near the receiver. The defender had a shot at it.
Williams going to try to get outside. Barnwell not able to make the tackle. Good run. Going to pick up 9 yards. Going to be a yard short. 3rd down and 1 coming up for Bamberg.
And, you know, we say the defender didn't make the tackle there, and that's true. But he did his job. He turned him back to the inside and finally got some help. But this Williams, he's got a couple blockers out in front of him. He makes a great move. All right, and fortunately there was some help coming from the inside to corralling.
One receiver split wide to the right. 2 tight ends run off the right side. Hit hard, but going to pick up the first down to the 40-yard line. That'll move the chains. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Bamberg's 2nd first down on this drive.
Nice tackle by Ryan Harper, one of the linebackers for Barnwell.
.6:58 left until halftime. Clock moving fast with both these teams running the ball. Now Williams going to try to get outside, gets there. Nut closing quickly, maybe gained a yard. As Barnwell came up fast, knocked him down, bring up 2nd down and 9. It looked like Williams was going to have some room to run, and quickly closed.
And I think that was Watson again. I thought it was 51. Looked like it to me.
Off tackle, no yardage there. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. May have rolled the ball over and picked up the length of the football. 3rd and long. Williams has been the man carrying the load on this drive. Let's see what he does this time. Keeps and hit hard. Defensive end Watson stayed home that time. No doubt about that. And he made a big play.
That's a terrific defensive play. Took on the blocker and shedded him, and then made the tackle. Yeah, that's terrific. What a play.
Lost 2 yards. 4th down and 11. The punting unit is back on.
And Watson's been all over the field so far defensively.
Clock ticks down, 5 minutes left to go until halftime. Bamberg will play field position. That ball a little bit off the side of his foot, but rolls dead at the 10-yard line. So Barnwell is pinned. Very effective punt.
Punter for Bamberg, Blaze Bunch. Okay, nice punt, like as you say. And there was some contact, no call by the ref.
I believe we're going to have a timeout on the field. Bragg Heating Company timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
All right, both teams have discussed the strategy. Barnwell looking to get some offense going to get out of this hole. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line, and they've only managed 1 first down here in the first half. And that's a carry that's going to pick up about 5 yards, it looks like.
And that was Michael Lee. They've got a long field to cover.
We'll give him 3 yards, actually. 2nd down and 7. There's a dive. It's going to be just short of the 20-yard line. They're going to be 3rd and short. It's the ball spotted at the 19. Third down and 1. Big play for Barnwell to get out of this hole. Bamberg started in the hole, couldn't get out, then had a drive the end of the first quarter and flipped the field on Barnwell. That's going to be enough for the first down as they cross the 20 to the 22. So Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10, Barnwell's 2nd first down of the first half. 3:41 left to go until halftime.
And tough yardage. Hard to come by right now.
very tough. And if it's going to be 4 yards in a cloud of dust, I don't think they have enough time on the clock to get down the field. They're going to have to get a big field and get some yardage. Move up past the 25. And I don't know that Barnwell's designed to go fast and get down the field. Picks up 2 yards, second down, 8.
You know, I'm looking at the headline in today's Aiken Standard, which says, Warhorses expect physical battle for first place. And we are seeing that tonight. This is a physical battle. Both teams really playing hard.
Williams, the quarterback for Bamberg, in defense, playing cornerback. There's a pass. That's going to be complete, short of the first down, though. Completed the pass number 4, Ina Bynum. Made the catch, but he was hit immediately. It's up over the 30 to the 31-yard line. It's going to bring up third down. Third down and 3.
And that was a fine tackle by Jadarius Wheeler for Bamberg. Made a nice break on the football and a perfect tackle.
Elmore was going to try to keep, and he was going nowhere. He lost a yard. It's going to bring up fourth down, punting situation. Clock winds down 150 left here in the first half. All the way back to the 29-yard line. Loss of 2, fourth down and 5.
Number 9, Cole Gaggum, one of the first tacklers in there.
Low line drive is going to skip, not going to be returnable. That's going to be a very good punt to keep them pinned back. Rolls all the way to the 30-yard line. Bamberg will have 1 minute and 18 seconds to get down to the Tyler Tire end zone, or close enough for a field goal attempt. They missed one field goal, a 37-yarder, here at the beginning of the second quarter. And we've got another timeout on the field. Bragg Heating Company timeout. We'll be right back.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
In Aiken, we are football. Outstanding in the field, in the booth, in the newspaper, on the web, on the app, mobile, social, and very, very local. Aiken Standard is Football Friday.
Have no fear, the pink team is here. Over 200,000 people a year are diagnosed with breast cancer. About 2,600 of them are men.
Visit your local specialist for more information and regular examinations.
Help us help you.
You are brave.
You are courageous. You are a fighter.
All right, we're back. Bamberg needs to get down the field quick. Williams gets them started. Nice little run. Gets up to the 36, pick up 6 yards. Second down and 4.
And you know, something we don't see a lot of anymore in football, but Williams is playing both ways. Not only the quarterback, but he's been on defense consistently. That's a defensive back.
Going to keep. He's been their most effective runner. Now he's in the open. He may go the distance. One man to beat. Down to the 10, rolled out just short of the 5.
There is a flag, and I believe we're going to bring that one back.
The Bamberg players throw their heads back in disgust, and you can tell they realize that one is going to come back as all the players head down the field. But a nice run by Williams.
And that's a shame. The ref's picking up that flag, and let's see what the call is.
As he looks at us and teases us and turns to the home side. Now, I'm sure that's going to be a whole illegal shift is the call.
Well, I'd like to see that one again. Let's see what the illegal shift was. They did open up a tremendous hole. Maybe they did something illegal and fooled some people, but that's a shame. I mean, that was a fine executed play and a great run by Williams.
So a 5-yard walk-off makes it 2nd down and 9. A lot of clock ran off on that play as well. 40 seconds left. Quick out over to Porter. Porter spun around, makes a nice run. Porter's a tough runner. Very impressed with Porter and Williams in their running ability. Ball's to the 36-yard line. Bamberg going to let the clock run down to 20 seconds. They want a little sense of urgency, but it is 3rd down here. Come on! Gonna throw it to his left, high and over his head, 4th down. So it brings up a punting situation, and I think that's what the coaches were thinking. Let the clock run down. We don't want to punt it back and give Barnwell any time. And 6 seconds remaining after this punt. Might not be any time left.
I'd prefer not having to punt at all here in this situation. I've seen some strange things happen.
A lot of them this year. Ooh, Barnwell came after it.
They sure did.
They're going to let it go bounce, and that's going to run out the clock. So we are at halftime. Coach, we wanted a good game, good close game. Doesn't get any closer than nothing to nothing. I guess if we threw in a little offense and some scoring in a tie, that'd be maybe a little more exciting. But for us, defensive, we expected to see 2 good defenses, and they certainly haven't let us down with that.
Not at all. Both defenses played extremely well during the first half. Both teams showed little glimmers. I would say that Bamberg had the better part of it offensively. They have really bottled up Barnwell so far. Barnwell has been completely stymied in terms of moving the ball effectively. They picked up a couple first downs, but nothing to speak of, really, not what they're used to. But Bamberg has moved the ball on occasion, and that run that Williams just had may be a precursor of something that we'll see in the second half, because he executed that play very well and nearly broke it all the way for a touchdown, which would have been called back anyhow. But nevertheless, I think Bamberg's looked better on offense than Barnwell so far. Both teams impressive on defense.
I would agree. We came in thinking Barnwell was the team to beat in this, and I'd say if we go here through halftime, Bamberg's the team to beat, at least from what we've seen on offense. Barnwell only 2 first downs in the first half.
Yeah, and both teams have a stable, really, of running backs. They can bring some people in there that can run. Both quarterbacks, I think, are capable of throwing the football, but the defenses have put them under some pressure. They really haven't tried to throw it very much. As I said earlier, I thought this might be a game where Barnwell has to open it up a little bit, and that may indeed be the case.
Yeah, you said before the game that you hope to see Barnwell throw the ball, that they might need to do that, and I agree.
Yeah.
They're going to have to throw the football. Bamberg's that good on defense. So we'll see if that happens in the second half. The Barnwell marching band is getting ready to perform here at halftime. We'll take a break, and we'll come back and be entertained here at Barnwell High School, where Barnwell and Bamberg are tied at no score in the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Come on in to Bargain Blowouts Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
I'm waiting on you.
Soon making their way down here. Oh, they're down there at the end zone. You can see the hats. The percussion corps is setting up at midfield. Barnwell always takes their band very seriously. And a big crowd here on hand at W.W. Carter Field as we look across at the home stand, concession stand. That's a big crowd packed in around that
sure
behind the fence.
Got some hungry people, evidently.
Or thirsty.
Or thirsty. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Got a couple of scores for you, Ed, here at the halftime. And as it looks right now, North Augusta is ahead of Midland Valley, 7-0. And Silver Bluff is on the board with a lead also, 7-0. All right, so a couple of the local teams.
Yeah, and we thought that Silver Bluff would have their hands full, so good to see them getting up on top of them after last week's game. They certainly had no problem with Calhoun County, and good to see them getting up on a tougher opponent, which is Batesburg.
And just an update on that one now. Silver Bluff 12-7 over Batesburg, and Thurman up 7-0 in their ball game to start over Pelion. So a couple of our local teams doing well so far.
For those of you tuning in late, you haven't missed very much in the way of offense. Barnwell, well, Bamberg got the opening kickoff. They were 3 and out. Barnwell did pick up a first down, but that would be their only first down until their final drive late in the second quarter, where they picked up their second first down, but that was all of the offense that Barnwell could muster. Meanwhile, Bamberg moved the ball down the field in the end of the first quarter, did get inside the 5-yard line, but a penalty brought them back out to the 10, and a loss on a big play set up a long field goal as they were back to the 20. They had a 37-yard field goal which missed wide to the right. Bamberg also had a very, very long run called back on an illegal shift call, and basically Bamberg's the team that had at least some offense.
And, you know, a lot of people would look in and say, oh, nothing game, that's got to be a boring game. I loved the first half actually here. It was a hard-nosed football game by both teams. Okay, they really are playing hard. They're tackling well. They're just pursuing to the ball like crazy. Very impressive, very impressive. Both of these teams are tough to move the ball against.
Well, as you see, we're being entertained here at halftime. Baton twirlers and a marching band is right there. She's right there with them. So let's go down the field and join the Barnwell High School marching band.
Were you recently arrested for driving under the influence? Are you looking for an experienced DUI attorney but don't know where to start? The Chandler Law Firm can help. We know being charged with a DUI is an intimidating and frightening experience. A DUI conviction can lead to fines, court costs, probation, license suspension, and even jail time. Time is of the essence. The sooner you call, the more likely we're able to protect your rights.
You can count on Chandler.
Come on in to Barton Blowout's Furniture where we have recliners starting at $199.
Take the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowout's Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
At Lionel Smith Limited, we can help you look your best no matter what the season. For fall and winter of 2017, we have the area's best collection of suits and sports jackets, a huge selection of those famous hand-picked Smitty ties, unique sportswear, outerwear, sweaters, made-to-measure shirts, suits and coats, socks, underwear, and lots more. New merchandise is arriving daily, so to see all the latest in men's fashions, see us at Lionel Smith Limited. Lionel Smith, limited to only the finest in men's clothing.
What's the foundation for a great community? I'd say it's being there for your neighbors during the best of times and the worst of times. We have a hospital that does just that. Aiken Regional Medical Centers provides over $72 million a year in uncompensated care for those in need. I call that neighbors caring for neighbors.
Here at Just Julie's, we aren't your typical sub shop. All of our meats and cheeses are cut fresh, and we have a wider variety of menu items. We're happy to create new items to suit your many desires, which means custom orders that you won't find anywhere else. We've been a part of the Aiken community for over 35 years, so come and see us for lunch or dinner. You won't be disappointed. Our sandwiches, salads, and customer service can't be beat. Just Julie's, Pine Log Road in the Staples Shopping Center across from Kroger.
Have no fear, the pink team is here. Over 200,000 people a year are diagnosed with breast cancer. About 2,600 of them are men.
Visit your local specialist for more information and regular examinations.
Help us help you.
You are brave.
You are courageous. You are a fighter. You are you.
Join us at the Aiken County Career and Technology Center October 27th at 1 p.m. for the Breast Cancer Awareness Walk. All proceeds benefit Can Hope.
Back here at W.W. Carter Field on the campus of Barnwell High School, where tonight Barnwell playing host to the Red Raiders of Bamberg-Ehrhardt, and the Warhorses and the Red Raiders tied and no score here at halftime in a defensive struggle. I think we've got some updates on some scores, do we not, Coach?
We do. A couple of scores that are surprising and a couple that we had pretty much on target here. Silver Bluff is still up 12-7. Okay, that's good news for the home team there. All right, North Augusta up 7-0. Okay, in fact, I just got an update. North Augusta is now up 21-0. Okay, over Airport. Strom Thurmond up 35-0 over Pelion. Dreer leads Aiken 20-13. South Aiken is up 14-7, and Silver Bluff up 20-7. Okay, and North Augusta once again, as I said, 21-0 over Midland Valley.
And it is homecoming at Aiken High. So I have all kinds of reporters there reporting to me as the fact that Dreer is up 20-13, but the Fighting Green Hornets will fight back and get us the first win of the season for the home team.
as we wait for both teams to take the field, we do have one player that's already out there, and he could be a very important player before this game is over. That's Hunter Webb, okay, number 50 for Barnwell. And he's practicing some field goals. Here's a 40-yarder that he's attempting, and it's high enough, and it would have been good, I believe, from 40 yards. So we may see that.
So yourself.
We may see that a little bit later. Okay, and they have not been able to move the ball, so touchdowns have been hard to come by. A field goal might decide this thing before we're done.
Well, you're absolutely right about that. That, again, I think any team that scores is going to have a leg up on the other, and the pressure will be on to answer, especially a touchdown. Field goal may work as well. Certainly the way Barnwell's moved the football, scoring, maybe special teams, somebody run a kickback.
It could happen. And, we expected it to be a defensive struggle, or at least I expected it to be a defensive struggle. Barnwell only gives up 10 points a game. They've only had 81 points scored against them, and they've played 8 games, so obviously 10 points a game.
Hey, did you do that in your head?
Yeah, I did that.
Okay.
And that's pretty good for Barnwell. And then Bamberg on the other side, they only give up 6 points a game, which is phenomenal. I mean, that's just terrific. So we've got two teams that are used to holding their opponents down. They're both doing it tonight. This kind of game, sometimes it's a break. Somebody will break one. We saw Williams just at the end of the second half almost have something that put it on the board. So a defensive lapse, a pass that where we get a missed tackle or something, a fumble. I wouldn't be surprised after all the punts we're having. They have been so daggone good tonight with the snaps and the punts for both teams. But like I said, sometimes in high school football, funny things happen when you go back to punt the football. So that wouldn't shock me either. But right now, we've got a defensive struggle and a good football game.
So Bamberg giving up 6 points a game.
6 points a game.
What's the math on that?
Okay. What's the math on that?
It's 48 points.
I can tell you that.
8 games, 6 points, it's 48.
Well, that's 48. Well, let me put it this way then. 6.4 points a game. Okay. Because they've actually given up 53 points total. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough. But let's suffice it to say, both teams have good defenses.
They play defense.
And we're seeing that tonight is, again, Bamberg has had the better part offensively. However, Barnwell's defense did the bend but don't break and kept them off the board. And that's what it takes sometimes, which, again, the game last night, I alluded to it earlier, of Kansas City and Oakland. 8 seconds left to go in the game. First and goal from the 2 with 9 seconds. He threw a pass in the end zone for a touchdown called offensive pass interference.
You're kidding.
Brought it back to the 10.5-yard line, threw a pass, and they were trailing by 6 points, was Oakland. Oakland throwing these passes. Throws a pass over Jared Cook's head that he goes up and goes through his hands, can't catch it. But wait, it was defensive interference, and they got the ball at the 2-yard line again. Actually, they started on the 1-foot line to start this whole thing with 8 seconds. And Jared Cook's catch, he went in the end zone. They called it a touchdown, and the review showed he fell on his tail right at the 1-foot line and wasn't in the end zone. So they go through that. They throw a pass in the back of the end zone. He catches it, but he's pushed out of bounds, incomplete. But wait, it's defensive holding. So they get another untimed down, 2 untimed downs, threw a pass in the corner end zone that Crabtree caught this time for the touchdown. Oakland kicked the extra point, won by 1 point. It was a pretty exciting end, very reminiscent of the South Carolina-Tennessee game from a week earlier, which South Carolina held, thank goodness. Don't know if you saw that.
I did see the end of that, as a matter of fact.
That was bite your fingernails off time. Okay, halftime is over. Bamberg's kicking team headed out. They won the toss and elected to receive, so now Barnwell will get the ball first here to start the second half. One of the faster halves of the season for us. Finished it before 8:30.
Brandon Harvey is deep to receive the kick. He's got his running partner out there to the right of him. That's Michael Lee, number 3. And also deep, number 16, DJ Peoples.
And Bamberg's punt kicker not on the roster, but he'll kick it nonetheless as soon as our officials get ready. Again, we expect a very quick second half, as I don't see any reason that both teams won't continue to rush the football and keep the clock moving. So we may have some of these odd timeouts in the second half. But it's not us doing that.
Here we go.
We're ready. Well, the official looking to the sidelines, pointing. I don't know if anybody pointed back. In the meantime, the fans awaken from their halftime slumber and start making some noise. Here we go. Nice kick inside the 10, fielded, looking for a hole. Out over the 25, gets knocked down all the way to the 30, and that's where Barnwell will put it in play. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for the Warhorses.
And that's a nice return by Brandon Harvey, takes it out to the 30. Okay, good field position to start. Let's see what kind of adjustments, if any, they made, or what kind of change in strategy they've got. And they come out and they have spread it out.
And a little mix up in the backfield, and a couple guys fell down, but they're up and ready to go now. Elmore quickly on out pass, and there's a flag over here on the far side of the field. And that's interesting because there were two guys, one receiver split wide to the right was Ena Bynum, number 4. And he was just standing there. He wasn't doing anything. And I can't imagine that official could see anything else across the field. We'll wait and see what the referee calls. Oh, he called in an ineligible receiver downfield. I can see where he would see that. So the play only gained a yard, if that. So now
I still think they'll take the penalty.
They're talking to Barnwell on the far side. I don't know. Bamberg needs to accept or decline. Don't know what they're. And we never get a call. So they're going to take the play. Second down.
I think they overruled the penalty. I don't think there was a penalty.
It may very well have been that, but he didn't give us any.
He didn't give us any indication, but.
So pickup of 2, second down and 8.
I say that only because the Bamberg coach was signaling that he wanted to take the penalty.
Now there is the arm that you said Pete Elmore had.
No question. He can throw the football. Okay.
And that was definitely a nice pass. We saw that last year when we came down, and he threw a couple of long passes.
He sure did.
Had the big tight end playing for him then. That was an exciting game last year we had down here. The team from the Low Country, Hampton, I think it was.
That's right. It was Hampton.
And it was a close game in the 30s. came down to the last play. Barnwell kept him out of the end zone. We'll see what this one turns into. It's intercepted on a deflection. Now Bamberg going to be set up in great field position. Barnwell doing something maybe they're not that comfortable with, passing the football. And that looked like it deflected off of the receiver right to the defender.
And I believe that's somebody whose name we called a few times in the first half also. And number 21, I believe, made that play. Gerald Manigault.
So interception, they're walking it back. I do believe it's still going to be Bamberg's ball. He may have stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, that has to be what he did.
They called something on Bamberg on the return, blocking the back, I guess. Again, during the halftime show, if you wondered why Barnwell's band was being rude and had their backs turned to us, we were on the visitor side. They were playing for the home side, and the referee is facing the home side, giving the plays and sort of blocking us, so we're not exactly sure.
Some confusion. They're going to have a problem here.
All right, they're set to go now. Oh, and there's a bad snap. And I guess the confusion continued.
There was a lot of confusion there, and I think there should have been a flag on that one for too many men in the backfield. It looked like they had 6 to me back there. But there was certainly a lot of confusion on the Bamberg team.
As it is,
they're still confused.
Loss of 3 yards, 2nd down and 13.
Here we go. Now they're lined up where they want to be.
Going to keep. Williams burned Barnwell many times by keeping. He runs that option very well.
Yes,
rides
he does.
his running back and hides it. Pickup of about 5 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line. Interception put Bamberg in good field position here. But now they're going to have to call timeout and talk about it. So we've got a timeout on the field. Bragg Heating Company timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
All right, both teams have discussed what they want to do. Bamberg facing a 3rd and 8. That's probably a pretty good timeout. This is a point in the field where Bamberg really needs to take advantage of this interception.
I tell you, I still think they had a problem with their formation too. And I believe that they may have had to call a timeout because they would have had a penalty on that one.
The coach did walk out and pointing at the wide receiver.
A couple of his wide receivers are talking to each other. I don't know.
He was complaining to the official, though. I'm not sure why you would complain to the official about where your players are set up on the field.
All right, these 2 receivers are clearly in the backfield. There's a 3rd receiver, a 4th.
Yeah, you're right. There's
I think
5.
they have an illegal formation.
And they look, the far side is in the backfield too. You got 4 or 5 bringing him in motion. You had at least 5, maybe 6. They did not call it. No flags. And Williams running though inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. So Williams, who's been big on that play, keeps and gets down deep into Barnwell territory and be a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 15. Nice play. Gets inside the 10 to the 5. I'm thinking about the formation. They're splitting 2 wide to the right, and then they've got 4 in the backfield. If they're not behind the line of scrimmage, he's covering up number 12. He can't go out for a pass if he's on the line of scrimmage. So he would have to be back, and there's...
Well, maybe they're on the line. Maybe it's just a bad angle for us. Maybe they are on the line of scrimmage.
Ooh, hit hard at the 5. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1, I believe.
And Bamberg finally taking advantage of the field position that they got. Another nice tackle by Watson, number 51, and Harper, number 22.
I'm not sure what the officials were doing there. They ran to one side to the other side. Now keeping, Williams breaks free. He's close. He's in. Touchdown. Bamberg's on the board. And that's a big score.
It is a big score. And they're dangerous. There's no question about that. Okay, they've looked good in the first half, but just had a couple things go awry and couldn't put any points on the board. Here, they got the interception. Looked like they were going to miss the opportunity, but last few plays they've done very, very well. The option play in particular with the first time that he's pitched the football. And kick is
good.
Good. 7-0.
7-0. Bamberg takes the lead when with the defensive struggle and Barnwell not doing much on offense might be insurmountable. We'll return on the Game of the Week.
Whether you volunteer your time, make a donation, or both, giving back to our community is what makes Aiken so strong. It's the spirit of a great city. Each year, Aiken Regional employees donate thousands of man-hours and dollars to local charities and nonprofits, and the hospital sets aside $100,000 as well. We're committed to giving back and paying it forward.
7-0. Bamberg breaks on top of Barnwell here in the early going of the second half. 8:42 left in the third quarter. And with Barnwell's offense sputtering, they need to find a catalyst and get things going. It might be on a kick return. Fielded at the 15. Needed to find a hole. Doesn't find one. Going to be up close to the 30-yard line again, 29-yard line. Barnwell did pick up a first down in their first possession of the second half, which was their third first down of the game. But then threw a couple of passes, had no success, and threw an interception. So Barnwell will restart, now trailing by a touchdown.
And we've seen Barnwell do this in the past. If their wishbone gets shut down, they do go to the spread. That's what they've got to do right now, and that's what they're doing.
Movement. And I believe they're going to call that a false start against Barnwell. So it'll be a 5-yard walk-off. Still remains first down, 15.
And it's pretty obvious that Barnwell likes to run the football out of the wishbone. That's their bread and butter. But over the years, they've been able to execute this offense also pretty well, so they've got to do it again now tonight.
Especially when they need to come from behind and move the ball. The old, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it's broke, go to a different idea. Now that looked more like a wildcat type situation where the snap went to a receiver. Almost picked off again, deflected off the hands of the wide receiver, which was Dallin Creech. Bamberg almost got their second interception, couldn't bring it in. Crowd wanted that one.
Yeah. The Bamberg crowd thought they had another one. Just fell short of the defender.
You know, the stands are pretty packed over on the far side in the Barnwell home crowd, but I swear I think there's just as many people standing around at the concession stand area over there up against the fence. Big crowd here tonight. Big matchup. Undefeated teams in conference. Almost rolls. Hits a receiver. He's spun out of bounds. It's not going to be a short game. Going to go to the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
I believe that's their first completion of the ball game.
And as we pointed out, we know he has an arm. Do they have the speed at receiver to get somebody deep? Bamberg's been up to the task so far. Fakes. Now going to run around. Going to throw it, try to get a guy running to the sidelines. Can't get him. Throws it out of bounds, incomplete. 4th down. Barnwell will punt again. Barnwell just not able to get their offense started.
And we know, we'll state the obvious, Bamberg has something to do with that.
Absolutely.
It's one of those situations where the kids will come off the sideline and say, Coach, I know what you want me to do. Bamberg doesn't want me to do it.
Good kick, high kick, fair catch called for. Nice catch. Around the 30-yard line. Taken in by number 12. Did you pick up who number 12 was for Bamberg?
Number 12 is Ziegler. Okay, Reese Ziegler. And the punter, number 14, by the way, his name is Bridges. Last name is Bridges. So we got that much anyhow.
So Bamberg able to score a touchdown last time they had the ball behind the running of Williams, the quarterback. He keeps again. Does a good job on the fake. Gets to the 35-yard line. Pick up a 4, 2nd down and 6.
And a better look at the formation that time as they're closer to our sideline. And it's quite clear that the outside receiver down here to the offensive right is up on the line of scrimmage. So that is probably the way they've been lining up the entire time. He's on the line. The wide receiver on the left is on the line. And then they've got 2 in the backfield also spread out.
Faked pass, stays on his feet. Yeah, he's pretty elusive.
That is a terrific effort. He's short of the 1st down, but by all rights, he should have been sacked.
Gets up just past the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. And I would guess you see the option on this. Williams keeps, runs hard straight ahead. He's got the first
now he's
down
got
at
the first.
45. There comes a flag. And it'll be interesting to see who this is. This would have been possibly a dead ball. Porter was downfield, getting mixed up with one of the Barnwell defenders.
Let's see what the call is.
I believe he's going to get Porter. Porter's heading to the sideline.
He'll get on the sideline. Maybe he'll try to hide. I think that was after the play.
I believe so. I think
the 1st down will stand.
They're going to call holding. And, I think he called personal foul, actually. He called them on both.
Yep.
So, offsetting penalties.
After the play. And I think that's smart. I think that's the right thing to do there. Both those players were tangled up, but to be honest, they both walked away immediately also once they got up off the ground.
All right, Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 from the 44. Williams again keeps. Got some room, but knocked down very quickly after he picked up a yard or 2. 2nd down. He's
Cole
elusive.
Pierce, 47 in on the tackle. He is elusive, and with this spread formation that they're running now, he's got them spread out all across the field, and that's opened up some running lanes for him.
Ball spotted at the 47. They give him 3 yards. Second down, 7. And he keeps again. And what's so effective is you really have to look to see who has the football.
He does as good a job as I've seen this year, riding that running back into the line of scrimmage and then pulling the ball back out. Okay, that's old style option football right there, and he's done it very, very well.
He picked up 5 yards. It's going to be a 3rd down and 2. Barnwell having a difficult time picking up the quarterback.
There you go.
Ooh, hit in the backfield. That was one where he should have kept it. Didn't do it, handed it off, and hit hard in the backfield for a big loss. So Bamberg held in a punting situation for Bamberg.
And that was, go ahead. That's number 51 again, Deshaun Watson. He just blew that play up.
And Bamberg, fortunately, that wasn't the way that went about. He could have fumbled it. So Bamberg dodges that bullet, and the punting unit should get Barnwell pinned pretty deep as he kicked from the 45. Came on fast.
Pretty good pressure.
Punts it away, so no chance for a return. Looks like that'll be, somewhere around the 20-yard line. It's inside the 20, maybe closer to the 15, 16.
And that was Blaze Bunch, number 37, the punter. Outstanding job.
So Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Barnwell finds themselves deep in territory again. And there's a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. Bragg Heating Company, timeout.
At Lionel Smith Limited, we can help you look your best no matter what the season. For fall and winter of 2017, we have the area's best collection of suits and sports jackets, a huge selection of those famous hand-picked Smitty ties, unique sportswear, outerwear, sweaters, made-to-measure shirts, suits and coats, socks, underwear, and lots more. New merchandise is arriving daily, so to see all the latest in men's fashions, see us at Lionel Smith Limited. Lionel Smith, limited to only the finest in men's clothing.
Somebody won a TV. That's pretty nice.
Doing a little raffling here at Barnwell High School is Gary Brantley calling up the winning numbers. They get a lot going on out here at Barnwell High School. But they're on the short end of the score right now as Bamberg-Ehrhardt leads 7-0.
Once again in the spread formation.
And we go back to the rushing game and pick up a couple of yards. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Barnwell really struggling against this Bamberg team. And I see why they're only giving up 6 points.
Yeah, they're tough defensively. Michael Lee that time on the carry. All right, and they gave him a little bit of their own medicine. That was a little bit of the option look.
Unless Barnwell finds some offense, their average is going to get even better. Steps up, throws a shot. And it's incomplete.
You know, sometimes the players got to be careful raising their hands like number 33 just did. I didn't do anything, as if there could be some question about whether you actually interfered with the receiver or not.
You actually had fans over here, Bamberg side, yelling, "Put your hands down."
So don't give the referee anything more to think about.
That's right. So 3rd down and 9 coming up. And again, Elmore showing that he can rifle it, but he's not hitting his targets.
Under some pressure that time, too. There was a pretty good amount of heat coming up the middle at him.
Drops back to pass again. Throws it. And got a little alligator arm on that. Ena Bynum had people all around him and couldn't hang on. So it brings up 4th down, another punting situation for Barnwell.
And you know, the passes, for the most part, have been on target. Okay, maybe a little high, but they've been in the area. A couple of them perhaps should have been caught. That was a quick series, however.
And Bamberg going to get it back, and you know they'll run some clock. Low liner skips down the field across the 45 to the 44. And that's where Bamberg will get started. Good field position. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders, who've had it their way for the most part. They only have 7 points to show for it, but they've been by far the better offense tonight. 2:09 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. And you can imagine that Bamberg will keep it on the ground, see if they can run this clock out and get it into the 4th quarter. Hands off. That's going to pick up about 3 yards. There's Folk on the carry.
And Williams has been very effective, and he's kept the ball most of the night. Okay, he'll ride that man into the line of scrimmage and then keep it himself. That time he gave it to Folk, and they picked up 4.
2nd down and 7.
You run this type of offense, if you can pick up 4 yards every time, you're going to just continue to march down the field.
Ooh, Keeps. Good job that time of hitting the running back and peeling him off and making the tackle, one of the Barnwell defenders.
That was Ernest Smith, defensive lineman, number 99, and he did a nice job, just like you say. Fended off the block and made the tackle. Line coaches love that kind of stuff.
3rd down, 7. Ball at the 47. Need to just get past the 46-yard line in Warhorse territory. Handoff, they're going to be close. They got it. Goes across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. They're in Warhorse territory. They move the chains, and that's big because that'll allow them to run the clock out here in the 3rd quarter and get to the 4th quarter with this 7-0 lead. Not to mention, they have great field position.
That was a nice run and a good effort to make sure he got the first.
And Williams.
There's good defense.
Going to the handoff now. I'm sure the coaches said before you get yourself hurt, he's taking a lot of hits tonight. Let's do some straight handoffs because he's not riding that option as he did earlier. That lost a yard, 2nd down and 11. I don't think they'll have to run another play. That's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter as the final seconds tick off. Bamberg having a big night here on the grounds of Barnwell High School as they lead 7-0. They've got one more quarter to go in the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
Come on in to Barnwell Furniture where we have recliners starting at $199.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore next to the Aiken Hospital.
In Aiken, we are football. Outstanding in the field, in the booth, in the newspaper, on the web, on the app, mobile, social, and very, very local. Aiken Standard is Football Friday.
We go to the fourth quarter. Ed Jarretto along with Coach Ken Brace, Eric Russell on the sidelines, the Aiken Standard sports editor. And Bamberg has 1 quarter left to run out as they lead 7-0, but that seems like a huge 7-0 lead.
It does, and the fans over on the Bamberg side here raising their hands with the 4 fingers up. Fourth quarter. Everybody likes to preach that they own the fourth quarter. Well, we'll see what happens here.
We're at Barnwell, but we're on the Bamberg side, so we got a feeling of a Bamberg home field where we're sitting. And we're waiting again. You know any good songs?
Yes, I do know some songs.
This would be a good time to share one with us.
There we go.
All right, here we go. Bamberg keeping it straight handoff, run it, get a couple of yards. I think it's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. And here's where handing it off. Williams keeps it. They may all fall down. 3rd and 9. Barnwell needs to stop. He hands off. And big run. Gets up short of the first down. Going to be down to the 38-yard line. And this may be 4-down territory.
I've got to bet that it is.
With as good as the Bamberg defense has been tonight, and Barnwell getting nothing.
I don't know now. It looks like a long what?
It's 5 yards. It was 4th and 5.
Yeah. But they're going for it, and their fans like it.
Big play. Barnwell wants to get back in the game. They have to stop Bamberg here. Clock runs 10:50 left to go in the ball game. Oh, and they got Barnwell to jump, and that will put them, I believe that'll take it across. It's right at 5 yards.
I think so.
I think it's a little less than 5.
And just a little frustration there on the defense for Barnwell. A couple of their players jumped, and that's going to be a gift.
That'll move the chains. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Bamberg. How many times do we see teams not be able to get that pulled off? And you have to sell the idea that you actually are going for it. It was perfectly executed by Bamberg. Another straight handoff. Getting away from the option. Spins him around. Porter goes down. That'd be a loss of a yard. May have lost 2. Loss of 2, 2nd down and 12.
Michael Cuddy on the defense.
Now Bamberg being very deliberate, getting their plays in. Clock ticks down to 10 minutes in the game. Now that's the option, and Barnwell was ready for it. He may have gained a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 11.
Jackson Carter makes a great stop there. I think he made the right read that time on the option. He was coming back across the grain, and Carter was basically laying on the ground almost and made the tackle.
Fakes, going to throw. Oh, it should have been picked off. Threw it right to the middle linebacker playing center field there and could not hold on.
And the receiver was open. That ball was thrown behind him. And as you say, that linebacker was in great position for that throw. That would have been a nice turnaround.
He'll be laying in bed seeing that ball coming to him. That's one where he should have gotten that one. All right, Bamberg lines up and appears to be going for it. It's
going
4th
for it
down
again.
It's 4th down and 12. Now they're going to call timeout. We got a Bragg Heating Company timeout on the field. We'll take it too. We'll be right back.
Have no fear, the pink team is here. Over 200,000 people a year are diagnosed with breast cancer. About 2,600 of them are men.
Visit your local specialist for more information and regular examinations.
Help us help you.
You are brave.
You are courageous. You are a fighter. You are you.
Join us at the Aiken County Career and Technology Center October 27th at 1 p.m. for the Breast Cancer Awareness Walk. All proceeds benefit Can Hope.
Fourth quarter, Bamberg leads 7-0. It's 4th down and 12. Bamberg has called the timeout to discuss what it is they want to do. One of the quicker games, certainly this year, that we've done. Of course, when the game score is 40-something to nothing or 50-something to 10,
they go on all night.
They seem to go on and on. This is much more like it.
Interesting situation here.
Two split wide to the right, one to the left. Back in the backfield with Williams. Williams going to sprint to his right, going to throw it back, a wheel route. He's got his man out there. He's got it. What a call inside the 10. They drag him down short of the goal, but what a call on the wheel route.
I'll tell you what, they took a timeout there. The coaches got together. I was just about to say, well, let's see what they've got deep in their playbook for this kind of a situation where you got 4th and long and you need a completion, and they executed that play perfectly. Williams rolled hard to his right. The receiver took off, and let's see if we can get that. I think that was Keyshawn Brown, who made the reception. What an execution. Terrific play.
So 1st and goal at the 2-yard line, and this could be a nail in the coffin. And there he goes sliding in. He's close, but they're going to say that he's short at the 1-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 1.
And if I didn't say it earlier, what a call by that coach. Okay, that was terrific. Couldn't have been executed better by his players, but he found the right play.
He rolled to his right, slammed on the brakes, looked back. As soon as he looked back, it was like, oh no. If you're a Barnwell fan, fights, and they say he's in. Touchdown, Bamberg.
And I like a couple things about that play. Okay, they're down at the goal line. They're inside the 2-yard line. They put him under center, which we haven't seen him do all night long. He's under the center. He's got 2 running backs behind him. Quarterback keeps it, looks for a hole, gets a little push from his backs, and he's into the goal line, over the goal line. Well done.
So Bamberg looking to add the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. And a score now, 14-0. And based on Barnwell's offense tonight, I believe they only have 3 first downs to their credit for the whole entire game. They've had no rushing attack. They don't have much of a throwing threat at all. I would say 14-0 with a very short time in the fourth quarter, 8:29 left to go in this ball game. Don't know where they're going to find offense at this late day.
Well, I'm sure Bamberg feels pretty good about it, but this is a situation where the coach says, hey, fellas, it's not over. Okay, we've seen some strange things happen. We got 8 minutes left. We got to play. But I agree that Bamberg's defense has been dominant tonight. Okay, it's been an exciting game. Okay, good things happening, with the exception of, like you say, Bamberg has not been able to move the ball consistently at all, and it's going to take something very, very miraculous, I should say, to get them back in this ball game now.
One of the things you see this happen a lot in college football in particular, even the pros, where a defense plays great and then they get late in the game and they change the defense into a prevent, and that just kills it.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that. Their defense has been good against the run. It's been good against the pass. I don't think they'll change a thing. I know we talk about a prevent defense. I don't think they're going to go into a prevent. I'd be surprised if they do. Just keep playing. Do what you're doing. You've been fine.
Interesting on this kickoff coverage team. number 1, the quarterback, on the field.
That surprises me.
He's one of your best athletes. You put him out there. High short kick. Fielded. Bamberg comes up and knocks him hard. I believe he got to the 25, 26-yard line. He'll take over there. Barnwell, Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Well, if Barnwell's been holding anything back on offense, now's the time to pull it out.
Well, they're certainly not used to this kind of a situation. They're used to being up by this time in the ball game for sure. They'll need some lightning strikes right here.
There's a quick out. I believe he did make the catch. This is going to be a little gain. Maybe 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 coming up. That's going to pick up the 1st down, some more yards. That might be Barnwell's biggest play of the game right there.
It certainly is. And they've got Bamberg thinking throw, of course. And they come back with a little bit of a delayed run and very effective.
Gets it up to the 46-yard lines. And we can't forget the fact that Lee and Harvey are the running backs. So Barnwell does have some explosive people in the backfield. And that was...
And look who's in on that defense. Williams almost came up with an interception.
That skipped in there. I thought he may have had it, but he doesn't complain. Must have skipped on the ground to him. 2nd down and 10. Elmore drops back, going to throw it downfield. Got a man on that sideline. Unable to come up with the catch. It's out of bounds. 3rd down and 10. And really, from a passing point of view, Barnwell just not finding the connections either on the sidelines or over the middle. Now he's got a man over there. They overthrew him.
And he was being hit just as he threw that football. Came up a little short.
We may have a flag. No, that's his shoes reflecting, so no flag. And it's going to be 4th down, and I guess Barnwell has no choice.
They've got to go for it.
4th down and 10. And this might be the final nail here. Bamberg stops Barnwell in their own territory. Here comes the rush. Now he may be able to run. No, he's going to throw it up for grabs. Picked off. That's Williams. Williams runs it back to the 49-yard line, and Bamberg will take over 1st and 10. And I guess it's fitting that the quarterback makes the defensive play.
I'll tell you what, you don't see that too much. I mentioned it earlier. He's played quarterback. He's playing defense. He played on special teams tonight. Okay, and I was just thinking to myself, for the bus ride back home, they better give him an extra Gatorade or two because he's going to need it. He's got to be exhausted. Okay.
Well, it is interesting on the roster. He is listed as a free safety and a wide receiver.
Well, we just saw him as a free safety. That's exactly. He was playing center field and picked that thing off.
Now, of course, Barnwell will be pulling at the ball, trying to get it back. I think Bamberg will be happy to run this 3 or 4 times and just see if they can run this clock down. 7:10 left to go in the ball game. Williams walks over. He doesn't seem to be huffing and puffing at all, does he?
Well, we know he's talented. Must be in great shape, too. That's all I can say.
Oh, he keeps. Gets up over the 50 to the 49. He's back to the original line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd and 10.
You know, Dwayne Garrick said in the article that Eric wrote that the quarterback was tough to handle, that he did the option very, very well, and he could not have been more accurate. And he also said this was going to be a physical game, and it has been a physical game.
It's hard to practice against that option of him holding it now. This may go to the distance, too. He's down the sidelines to the 10, 5, touchdown, Bamberg! So Bamberg, and you might actually call this at this point a rout.
And, you know, one of the simplest plays often turns into one of the best plays. That was a simple, quick throw out to the wide receiver, okay, and you see a missed tackle there, a couple of missed tackles, and that was the result of really poor angles in an attempt to tackle, and that's number 12, Reese Ziegler, taking it all the way for a touchdown, and that's a backbreaker.
Extra point up and good, and Bamberg pulling away from Barnwell, and it may be because we're here.
Well,
it may end up being 40-0 if this keeps up.
No.
21-0 our score. We'll be right back.
Come on in to Bargain Blocks Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
In Aiken, we are football. Outstanding in the field, in the booth, in the newspaper, on the web, on the app, mobile, social, and very, very local. Aiken Standard is Football Friday.
$21-0. It was tied 0-0 at halftime, but Bamberg-Ehrhardt pulling away from the undefeated Warhorses of Barnwell here on their home field.
And they just took Williams off the kickoff team. Here he comes, number 1, and replaced him, and that's a smart move, I think.
Yeah, I'd say he's done his job tonight. Out over to 30, nice return to the 33, and Barnwell will take over Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. And at this point, do you continue to throw the football, or do you just run it and see if you can get back into your regular game?
Well, if they want to have any chance, they got to throw it, I think, but I don't think they have a chance right now.
Yeah, I would say the chance is gone. 5:52 left to go in the ball game.
They may want to work on this passing game a little bit and see if they can get it a little sharper than what it's been.
They got their fourth,
just in case.
They got their 4th first down on the last possession, and probably their best run of the night. But the passing game is not there. Another deflection.
One of the things now, Barnwell, really has played a tough defense tonight. They've just been playing against a tough defense. And Bamberg, the receivers have not been open. There hadn't been any separation for the quarterback to throw. Most of his throws have been to receivers that are being covered pretty daggone well.
Now, Bamberg does a good job. There's somebody on these receivers.
Usually you have a little space, but I haven't seen much.
I don't think they've had a sack yet. Hey, that's behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, no, that's trouble. That's a fumble. That ball was thrown behind him. There was no question. Now,
this is a rivalry game. We said, Eric made the comment before the game of saying, this is a kind of rivalry. And it's no kind of rivalry. It's a rivalry. And Bamberg now's got blood in the water. They will go for the score. There's no love lost between these two schools.
I think they're going to just run the football.
Well, they'll run it, but there's no telling what will happen. Pickup of a yard. Well, we've seen that pretty much all night. Bamberg picking up 1 yard, 2 yard, lose a yard or two, like they did on the last series. Had third down and long, threw a little short pass, and boom, it exploded 50 yards down the field, touchdown.
Yeah, this looks like their vanilla formation. They got 2 tight ends in there now, it looks like, and I think they're just going to line up and run basic stuff.
Pretty vanilla there. Inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Very impressed with Bamberg. Who was their loss to earlier in the year?
I'll have to look that up. I don't know right off the top of my head.
Got a feeling they probably lost to a much bigger school. They're very impressive tonight. Their offense much better. That wasn't too impressive.
That's good. That's smart too, right there. I like that.
You're right. How many kids do we see pick that up and run around and
not at this
even
point
get hurt?
Yeah, I don't. Right now at this point, all we want is that clock to run and let's get out of here.
And the Blaze comes back out to punt. Punted a lot in the first half. Blaze Bunch, the punter. Clock running, 3:50 left to go in the ball game. I believe that's a delay. Barnwell didn't even have anybody deep to receive.
And they're coming after it.
Now they're going to drop someone back. .43-yard line. End over end. 10, and it goes straight out of bounds. That's a perfect kick. Blaze is pretty good at that.
Yes, he is. He's a good punter. Good punter.
I believe that's going to be on the 5-yard line. Another Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for Barnwell. And they are 95 yards from the Tyler Tire end zone.
The team that beat Bamberg was Scotch Branch, 12-0 in the 4th game of the season. Other than that, they've been just fine.
I would guess that Scotch Branch is probably a pretty good football team from what we've seen of this group tonight.
Yeah, I like this group. I think they've been very impressive tonight.
Ball boy comes sprinting in with the ball. That was pretty impressive. I think he had 4 time in the sprint there coming from the sidelines with the ball.
And you know, there's an old adage in football that defense wins championships, and I'll tell you what, this Bamberg defense is pretty stout.
Almost swings outside. They may be close to a 1st down. Over there on that side of the field where we can't really see. Third down and 3. It's some blocking. Should be close to the first down. Now that's 4th down. 4th and 1 coming up. And I will guess that Barnwell will see if they can pick it up. Clock runs down, 1:49 left to go in the ball game. Hit right as he came to the line. I believe he got a yard. He did get it. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. 1:26 left in the ball game. So Barnwell, I would assume, will be content to let this play out, go home and start working on next week. Meanwhile, Bamberg will have the inside shot to the championship for the region.
Without a doubt. And they'll have that home field advantage. They'll like that. And they deserve it. Got a couple updates while we're coming down the line here. North Augusta, 41-0 over Midland Valley. Dreer, 27-13 over Aiken. Batesburg has taken the lead against Silver Bluff, 21-20.
And we knew that'd be a pretty good game. It's another good run. I think that was Lee. Helmet came off. He goes to the sidelines. Did pick up the first down. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. That's the best looking pass of the evening.
And on the tackle is a young man that we've called his name a few times tonight, and that would be A.J. Williams, number 1.
Hard to believe he's out there playing defense at this point in the game, but he is out there.
Yes, he is.
In the final 30 seconds in a 21-0. And again, with these two teams in their defense, 21-0 is a blowout for Bamberg. They're going to feel really good. And there's another fumble. And they tried to pick it up and run with it.
Yes, he did.
And Barn was going to recover. Keyshawn Brown saw 6 points on the ground, and that's going to be the last play. I don't believe they'll run another one.
There it goes.
The clock running. And that's the ball game. Bamberg comes down to Barnwell, and they are victorious. The once undefeated Warhorses take their first loss of the season. Bamberg goes to undefeated in region play as they win 21-0 over the Warhorses. Great win for Bamberg.
It was a terrific win for Bamberg. They dominated in the second half. They clearly were the better team here tonight. They deserved the win, and they played extremely well, led by their defense, but their offense also showed sparks. I'm surprised they haven't scored more points throughout the course of the year. They look like they're capable of really putting some points on the scoreboard.
And I would say going forward, Bamberg looks to be a threat once they get to the playoffs. I'm certainly not sure about all the other teams in their division, but they're very good. Barnwell, on the other hand, in order to be competitive in the playoffs, is going to have to find some better offense than what we saw tonight.
Yeah, they will. They will.
But that being said, they certainly have a very good defense, in just not quite as good as what they saw from Bamberg tonight.
Yep. No, and their offense, like I say, not unusual what we saw tonight. They like to run that wishbone. If that isn't moving the football, they go to the spread. Their pass offense tonight just wasn't in sync. There's no other way to put it. They were not very effective throwing the football, had a couple picks, and there could have been more, frankly.
And the good news, after we had the fiasco at North Augusta last week of the two teams getting into it once they started shaking hands, this group is good. They go through shaking hands. We're down to the cheerleaders. I think they're going to be okay. And again, I would hope that Barnwell can recognize that that was a pretty good schooling of football for Barnwell from Bamberg. Final score, 21-0. Bamberg-Ehrhardt is victorious over the Warhorses of Barnwell. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll see if Eric has been able to round up a coach to talk to us when we return on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
At Lionel Smith Limited, we can help you look your best no matter what the season. For fall and winter of 2017, we have the area's best collection of suits and sports jackets, a huge selection of those famous hand-picked Smitty ties, unique sportswear, outerwear, sweaters, made-to-measure shirts, suits and coats, socks, underwear, and lots more. New merchandise is arriving daily, so to see all the latest in men's fashions, see us at Lionel Smith Limited. Lionel Smith, limited to only the finest in men's clothing.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
All right, our final score, Bamberg 21, Barnwell 0. Eric is down on the field with the head coach, and let's send it down to Eric.
I'm here with Coach Dwayne Garrick after a 21-0 loss. Kind of obviously it forced you to kind of get out of your game plan there. Kind of what did you see out there on the field?
Coach didn't catch the ball at times, but you know they were more physical than we were defensively. We couldn't move the ball offense. We didn't block them real well. We'll go back to drawing boards and start all over.
All right, and kind of going into next week, kind of what will some of the focuses be?
Well, I mean, the focus is definitely we got to do a better job, be more prepared, ready to go at the point of contact than what we were tonight, and hopefully we can stay in the wishbone, not have to get out of the bone. So we'll see. We got to be ready to physically play a good Silver Bluff team. A team that's getting better each week, and I think our kids will respond.
All right, appreciate that.
Good.
Thank you.
Coach, and again, very impressive win for Bamberg.
We've got a couple other teams that are doing well tonight, but I don't think anybody is going to be any more surprised or impressed with any other score other than what we just saw. I'll tell you what,
agree.
Bamberg came in here with one loss. We knew they had a stout defense. We had a little question about their offense, but I was impressed in every phase of their game. Their punter's very good. They've got a good kicker. Offense, defense, special teams. But I'm like you. If I were coaching that team, I wouldn't have Williams in there with 30 seconds left to go in the ball game. All right, but nevertheless, he did a great job tonight. Very, very good job.
He's a good football player. I'll put him on that. He's on the kickoff teams, running down the field, and on defense as a free safety. Also, obviously, the quarterback, and he's listed as a wide receiver. So he's obviously the man on the Bamberg team.
Yeah, and I like I say, I thought they had some good running backs also, and their defense certainly did a great job. And there's a happy Red Raider right there. Okay, we got a few of them right out here. All right, good ball game. It was fun to watch this ball game. I think it was probably the best one we've seen all year, frankly.
Yeah, like I say, it may have been a blowout from the standpoint of these two defenses getting ahead 21-0 and getting the win for Bamberg. But as far as games that we've seen this year, this was a really good football game with two good football teams. Bamberg a little bit better on offense.
They sure were.
All right, well, that's going to do it for tonight's game. For Ken Brace, the coach, for Eric Russell on the sidelines, for James Dean, our director, I'm Ed Gerardo. Tune in next week. We will be at Strom Thurmond and bring you the action from the Running Rebels up in Edgefield County. But until then, have a great week, and we'll see you then. Good night, everybody.